Yo, what up? Welcome back to the show. My name is Angel Lorenzana, and then I got my co-host over here as usual.
Rafa, welcome to the Taco Sandwich Podcast.
What's up, Rafa? How you feeling today, man? You good?
I'm feeling amazing, bro.
All right,
I'm feeling great.
And today our guest is a local comedian here, and he's one of our good friends, and his name is Mr. Joe Cash.
Local international comedian, what he meant to say.
Okay.
Badass Joe Cash, the king of ratchet, Mr. Paid in Food Stamps, your favorite entertainer. Let's go.
Hell yeah. Fuck yeah. That's quite an intro. Like, you know what, let me do a little something. You know, they call me Angel Lorenzana, aka the Southern California Sorcerer, aka Dr. Strange Nation, aka the Lubbock Lizard King, aka the Baldwin Park Burger. Okay, that's all.
That Lubbock Lizard King, that was your stripper name, wasn't it?
Oh man, that'd be cool.
That's when he used to work the truck stops.
I keep it simple, just Rafa. That's it. Just no AKAs. I don't need
I had to
any
do
of
my
that.
AKs too.
How many AKAs do you have, by the way, Joe Cash?
I don't know.
In the legal system, you don't know.
You know, I just make them up as I go. You know, I used to call me the HNIT.
HNIT. What does that stand for?
Head nigga in charge.
Nice. I love
You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah.
Wow.
What's up with you? What's up with you, man? How you feeling today? You good?
I'm all right.
It feels good to be out, isn't it?
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Got to do, book for another podcast. Feels good.
Yeah. Try to eat your mic a little bit more. Talking to the microphone.
Okay, in the mic a little more. Mic checker.
Yeah, man.
Yes, sir.
What you been up to, man? What you got going on?
Doing shows here and there. I got to host a couple open mics. Got to sneak in on that City versus City show. I wasn't on the actual competition, but I did get to perform. Earlier this year, I co-hosted Trail Ride with K-Lo.
What was that, San Angelo or San Antonio? Where were you at?
Yes, San Angelo.
San Angelo?
Yeah.
What, the City versus City? Was it San Angelo?
Yeah.
And what did they do? Like, what is it?
Oh, it was dope. Oh, and I got to give some props to K-Lo and Sweat. Man, they really did their goddamn thing. I'm talking about impressive. I'm talking about top tier. Like,
Yeah, shout out to the winners of that competition. They were amazing.
yeah, they did it for the city. You know what I'm saying? They put on for the city. They made us look good.
Hell yeah.
Especially Curtis. Although there was not much of a competition. San Angelo compared to Lubbock.
They had one lady
Comedy wise, tell you too, they're not that.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
I ain't gonna lie. It wasn't fair. But they had a lady
And
that,
we sent killers. I mean, Timothy, Sweat, Curtis. I mean,
and Curtis did his thing too. And but they had a lady down there that did all right. But the other guys ain't not taking nothing from them. But I would say more witty than
You talking about
funny.
the one with the walker, the lady, the old lady?
I ain't said with no walker.
Oh, you didn't see the walker.
Did she
it's a
lead a
different
walker?
lady. Okay, no, I'm just,
Okay,
She was crip walking.
No, but she had some jokes, man. Though she had some shit. She had I ain't gonna repeat her jokes, put them on the internet, cause somebody gonna steal them, and then say I gave it to them. You know what I'm saying?
So how's that show set up? Is it like do they roast each other, or they just compare each sets?
Yeah, they got you got 15-minute sets, and you pretty much you got different things you judged on. You got if you made your time, if you did your full time, you got crowd participation, you got originality, and then you got stage presence, and stuff like that. But it's a whole grading thing.
Yeah, so they judge you all around, like different things.
All the way around.
That's pretty cool.
yeah, very nice.
Yeah, but and then they bring it home. So yeah, I was proud of them boys.
That's what's up. And what did they give them, like some belt buckles or something like that? Those look pretty dope. Yeah, those look.
Yeah, look expensive as fuck. I was looking like, man, I should have. I ain't need me one of them motherfuckers, man.
Right.
I was looking like I'm gonna have to catch one of these motherfuckers slipping outside. You know what I'm saying? It look like it might go with my outfit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
What size is that?
I could probably sell.
My size.
I would have hit K-Lo and Sweat Chuckles at the same time. I could probably sold one to Rafa. You know what I'm saying?
I would buy one.
And then you said you hosted the Bar PM open mic recently too, right?
Yes, sir.
And what y'all coin it? Ratchet Thursday?
Ratchet Thursday.
That sounds pretty cool, man. I feel like you need to do some more of those too.
Yeah,
That sounds cool.
And just trying to bring like a different vibe.
Yeah. Yeah.
Maybe something I feel like not as missing, but show would make a difference. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Oh yeah. So you got anything? Well, I was about to ask you if you got any shows coming up, but I actually just booked you on a show that's coming up on
Yes, sir.
Friday, June 27th.
Check your boy out. You know what I'm saying? If you never seen me live, I mean, I'm really putting together a real solid set for y'all, like something y'all can come and tell your coworkers at work about. You know what I'm talking about? Real, most definitely.
Yeah. Fuck yeah. Yep. I'm happy for that, man. I'm excited for that shit. Yeah.
Yes, sir.
It's gonna be. I was just okay, Rafa. I'm gonna tell you about it too, and I just finished telling him about the show. So it's not gonna be a traditional comedy show. We're gonna, for each comedian is gonna get around 15 minutes, but we're gonna have two different segments, right?
Okay.
So the first part of their set is just their original comedy. The second part of it is going to be suggestions from the crowd. So the crowd is going to throw out topics.
Improv. Okay.
And then, but the very last, the third part, the end of it is going to be heckling. So the crowd could. So it's going to be the comedian versus the crowd. Like,
oh wow,
have people stand their ground.
That might get ugly. Okay.
Yeah, or it could get interesting. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and this is a true improv. You know what I'm saying? Which is my specialty. None of that secret notes about what they talking about. Like, y'all gonna have to actually come to the show, put on the show with your boy Big Bad Ass Joe Cash, and that's my specialty, improv. So
improv and black jokes, I believe that's your strongest, right?
Man, I got white jokes, bro. I got Chinese jokes.
Really?
I got an arsenal, man. You got shit. Crazy, Rafa. Well, you ain't heard my best shit yet, man. Yeah. Shit.
Yeah. So that show should be fun because, like I said, I'm gonna change it up instead of from a traditional comedy show, and then we're gonna have a panel of people too. Me, you, and maybe one or two more other people on the
Judging
panel.
Okay.
And
Perfect.
then we're gonna judge it, but at the same time we're gonna kind of how do I say this? Like, we're gonna make sure the crowd doesn't get too out of hand. Like, if we want them to be giving suggestions, give suggestions, but we don't want people like. Like, if they give a suggestion to someone and they're working on that suggestion, we don't want them to, like, fuck it up. So we could be at the same time, we're kind of make sure it doesn't get out of hand.
Let me make you something, Joe. You still have the label ticket or something over here in your hat?
Yeah, it's a trademark.
Is that
you
a
know
thing?
What I'm saying? Yeah, you know what I'm saying. That's something
I noticed that
you can remember me by. The only one that do this. So. And this come from my era. We used to dress like this.
From your era? That was back in the 90s?
The clothes was baggier then.
That was back in the 90s, right?
Yeah, we used to back in the day, boy, you catch us with all our tags on our clothes, but we used to keep the little sticker on the hat.
Sticker
and
on the hat.
Just
tag.
to make sure that
that.
people don't you stole it. You didn't buy this shit. This right? Is that what it was? Or?
So they can see how much it costs.
I ain't steal it. Somebody might have stolen who I bought it from.
To look very, like ghetto, like, you know what I mean? Do you remember the security tags?
Nah. It was just a fad. It was just a fad.
I didn't pay for this shit. I fucking.
It was just a fad, and I would tell you like this: it wasn't the worst fad either.
No, it wasn't.
Skinny leg jeans, they was like, y'all pants was real big. Man, y'all pants was too motherfucking small.
Yeah.
See, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, we made some bad fashion decisions. Y'all made worse. You know what I'm saying?
No, I completely believe that.
Yes, sir.
But nowadays it's all flipped up. Like, cause when I was in school, we had all the people, like all the hip hop people would kind of make fun of the punk rockers and the rockers, cause like our jeans are fucking tight, and fucking we had colorful ass fucking hair, and clothes. And now all these rappers, all the
like
hip hop
that.
scene, now they're wearing the tight clothes and have all these crazy colors and spikes and all this shit. So fucking, who's laughing now?
By the way, now you're talking about rappers. Do you rap, Joe Cash, or is it just my crazy idea?
I've rapped with him one time.
Yeah, can I drop a rhyme?
Yeah, of course, bro. Go for it.
Okay, this one right here, I made for my pops, you know what I'm saying, that passed away, you know what I'm saying, shout out Big Daddy V, that's where I get a lot of my, my morals, my standards, and you know what I'm saying, my principles from. So check this out, tell me if y'all like it, drop it in the comments, here it goes, my daddy say, them bills gonna always be there, take care of your house, son, so you ain't got no money to go out, then don't go out none, honor your woman, value your children, and never let nobody come between what you envision. Watch what you say, cause ain't no telling them they be listening. And giving them too much game is when they come take your position. It's okay to give them some, but you don't give them everything. It's okay to show them love, but you don't trust in everything. So your friends will turn to haters. You could have met them in the church. Trying to find love off in these streets and make your situation worse. He say, These niggas will do you bad. These bitches will do you worse. And your family will probably be the one to talk about you first. Big bad ass Joe Cash.
Okay.
Nice. Wow.
That was good right there.
Awesome, bro.
And that was cool even without a beat. You know what I mean? Because that was like some acapella fucking shit. You could
You know what I'm
just
saying?
spit like that too. Yeah, that's right. That's cool.
See, I knew he had it in him.
Yeah, I freestyled with him one time. Remember, we were chilling at your pad.
Yeah.
We rapped.
I interviewed him first.
Yeah,
Dig that.
he had me. Yeah, at his pad. Yep.
Yeah.
Had a,
Unreleased.
yeah,
Unreleased yet,
yeah,
okay.
exclusive.
Yeah, look at you now. You done made
Right.
it. But you know what? I'm gonna hold that till you actually break through the next level. That's what I'm selling them tapes. I'll be like, yeah.
You got to remember where it started.
You know what I'm saying?
That sounds like the title of your album, Unreleased, Behind the Bars and shit like that.
Man, where you going all these damn jailhouse
I
jokes?
don't know, bro. It's
Your
just
ass,
like,
your ass look like you
and it's
probably
just like,
ducking
it has
immigration
the vibe
right
that
now.
keeps me and
You
shit.
probably ducking immigration right now. Your
Yeah,
goddamn
of
self.
course I am.
Somebody looking for you.
Yeah.
Shit.
Ice.
Hey, if they find me,
Ice, baby.
look, if they find me, they gonna find your ass.
Well, we're not gonna be together.
Only difference is I'm getting locked up in America. You gonna be.
They're gonna send me to El Salvador or what? the
Your
fuck?
ass gonna be on the other side of that wall they try to build. Shit.
Well, we might be together in jail, bro. You never know.
You ever been in jail, Rafa? You ever been?
A few times.
A few times.
Mhm.
Okay.
Hell no, you don't be. We ain't going. Don't be saying that like you
I never
inviting
been
me
in
to
prison.
jail.
I never been.
How the fuck you gonna say that like you invite me to jail? Like we might be in jail together. No, you gonna be in jail by your goddamn self. I'm gonna be the first one to tell it what the fuck I'm gonna do. I'm gonna be like,
How
yeah.
many times you been incarcerated? Seriously. What, 2 or 3?
What?
How many times you been in jail?
Oh, I don't really go to jail. I go like to the county, something like that. I don't go like no penitentiary.
Okay,
shit
no,
like
that's
that.
what I'm saying. How many
A
times?
few
you been
times. It's always over like fighting shit like that.
Yeah. Me too. Normal, nothing.
Mm-hmm.
Angel's never been.
But you don't pay me.
Angel always been.
If I don't get my money for this show, we might both go to jail for fighting tonight.
Well, that'll be fun.
Hey, we ain't gonna be in it, you dog, because you tried to invite me to jail. Fuck that. Hell no. That's crazy. Brother, you can keep the money.
I got plans for you, boy.
Hell no.
That's wild. Y'all are crazy.
And you sitting there like you just an angel. Look
Yeah.
at this motherfucker.
Yeah, he's playing the angel over there in the corner.
I've been slipping through the cracks my whole life, man. They ain't
Really?
gonna catch me today.
I don't know about this slipping through the cracks. Y'all been working together too long.
Yeah. Yeah. So how long? So you've been part of the Lubbock comedy scene for a minute now.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Tell us about that.
About been in the game at least about 8 years, so I know a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Seen a little bit. Work with some of your favorites. You know what I'm talking about. So yeah, and I got to do. I got to host some stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I got to host some clubs. Some, you know what I'm saying? I got to throw some of my own shows. Had a good time with this shit. Been around for a
Good
little
times and
bit.
bad times. Tell you the truth, at
Up and
least
down.
2 or 3 times that I saw where they stole the
The laugh out.
competition from the laugh from
Yeah,
Joe
yeah.
Fest that I knew he won. Everybody knew he won, and
Oh,
they
shit.
still stole it from him, bro. It's just
Yeah, but I don't know, mate. But when you leave it up to like how they gonna judge it, that's just how they gonna end up judging it. But even what I'm saying, it was one. Shout out to my boy Steven Feldman, where they gave it to him and his ass got booed. Yeah, because and
that was embarrassing. That was
He got booed after they gave him the win.
yeah.
shit.
Yeah.
Man, did he deserve that?
no. What happened? It's
It was-
funny because people vote for you, okay, after they see you perform. But the problem was that Steve was working there, he had a lot more friends, and Joe Cash come from the east side, and there was no black people there, so therefore everybody voted for Stephen Feldman, and although he did so much better and he performed so well, he made people laugh a lot more, and it was so very noticeable. They still give it to Stephen.
Yeah.
So the guy that won just won because he knew a lot of people.
But as they give him the
all
trophy,
his people
whatever
were
they give him, people was booing it.
And Steven, if you watching this, you know that we ain't high
But
side.
he still hate you. Fuck
Yeah,
you. No, he still
I don't hate
hates the fuck
Steven,
out of you.
but I'm gonna tell
Tell
you.
him the truth,
But I'm
be
gonna tell
honest,
you.
be
I'm gonna tell you.
honest.
I'm gonna tell you
I
what
was
Steven
there
told me
when you won.
before they gave him the trophy. Steven said, if they don't win, if you don't win, then then something is wrong. And then they were like, Steven film, and then move back, like, move, boy. Get your ass out the way.
Get the fuck
Give me
out
that
of the way.
motherfucker slid and grab that motherfucking trophy. Like, I don't give a fuck about none of that shit.
Damn.
Fuck what I said.
Yeah. That's crazy. So he said that right before they announced his win. That's crazy. Okay.
Yeah, but I won one, but like I say, the laugh house, they used to be hard to win. So when you won the motherfuckers, they actually did mean something. You really did actually even beat out some of the best. Because back in my era, boy, we had the monsters in there. And if you won, and then if you got in there when that motherfucker really was good, like, man, you had to come with everything you had. You had to put on a good show, and it wasn't and you couldn't bomb. And the roast, that was the motherfucking icing on the cake.
Yeah,
Make it or break. Excuse me. Make it or break it.
Roasting. You were amazing at roasting. I remember that.
Make it or break it.
How does cause I've never been to the Lubbock Laugh Off because I work every Friday, but how does that work? Like, tell me from beginning to end with the show. How does the show, what does it consist of?
Well, at the beginning, I believe they give you like 3 minutes to perform whatever bit you want to perform.
Yeah.
And then there was some improv with some questions like, what would you do? You were the president of the United States and you got to come up with a funny answer or whatever.
Okay.
And then after 3 silly questions like that, then it was the roast.
Yeah.
And the roast that's where it was it.
Okay.
Because these guys were killers, bro. They went for the throat like right
Man.
away. And it was incredible. It was
And they
a
could
lot of
change
fun.
the whole tide. You could have had 2 decent sets and a good roast and won that motherfucker.
Yeah, but the roast
meant
was what made it
everything. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, that was the show. That's what they came
And
to see.
then when it gets to the roast segment of it, how does that work? Like, you just you take turns going down the line?
Correct. You go. Wes was the one running it.
Uh-huh.
He used to give the mic to one of the comedians, and they go down the line.
Okay.
And you roast every single one, including Wes.
Yeah.
I told you, to a lot of people were going after Wes.
A lot of people scared of Wes. I used to.
And even sometimes
I used to shoot them
some of the
slugs over
comedians
there.
out there, like, we're just watching it. They would get it roast too.
Yeah.
It was
Yeah.
a lot of fun.
Yeah.
That's cool. Yeah. So hopefully the show that we're gonna have is a little bit similar, like, you know what I mean, to the part where we have like audience participation and shit. So it should be.
I
it should be
can't wait.
fun, man.
I can't wait. I got a good set, and then improv is my shit. So
Okay.
it's just to be a good show, and I'm coming to put on the show. You know what I'm saying? You gonna get your money worth out of this one.
Yeah. So
Guaranteed.
we got a little bit more than a month to the show, so we have enough time to put in work,
it all
promote it, and do everything we need to do to make sure it's a good turnout. Yeah, I'm excited. Yeah.
So tell us a little about yourself, Joe. Are you from Lubbock? Where you went to school? What
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
graduated from? What
Why you assuming I graduated? What's up with all the assumptions?
I'm just saying, tell us a little about yourself.
Well, don't try.
please.
You know what I'm saying? Before you start assuming all this. You know what I'm saying?
I can also you got a couple of masters.
Yeah, I
under
did
your belt,
graduate.
but-
Yeah, you assume right, but I ain't like you. Just don't start assuming things up here, okay?
Okay, are you from Lubbock to begin with?
Don't assume that either. See what I'm
You're
saying?
not from Lubbock.
Is anybody else saying this? Can I answer my own questions, please?
Go for it.
Yeah, I'm from Lubbock. I'm from the east side baby. You know what I'm saying? Parkway, baby. Like I say, I done got to travel, but pretty much born and raised here. So, and then other than that, what else you want to know?
I know street pharmacies. What's your titles? What else have you done for the community and stuff like that?
Man, other than getting them keys from your people, you know
Keys to the city.
You don't want me to tell you about don't tell them about what you did, right? Oh, let me check you for a while. What the hell, Rafa? You done switched up on me?
You got the mic right in front of us.
I
got
just
the mic
scored
and the
from
camera.
you.
I got plenty of remedies. Don't worry about it.
I just scored from you. What you doing? What you saying, Rafa?
Ladies and gentlemen.
They don't come get me. They come get us.
Don't you get it? That's for sure.
Yeah.
No, we actually we done a couple of films together. What was it? A few years ago.
Yes,
Remember?
sir.
Yeah.
Tell me about
Uber driver.
that. Uber driver.
I was the Uber driver, and I picked
Okay.
him up, and we went to a gas station, and there was a drug dealer that went wrong, and somehow I ended up
I
hitting him
snatched
in
the bag, and then he kidnapped my homegirl, and he tied up at the train track.
And then you guys filmed the movie after all this happened, right?
No, this
No,
ain't-
that's what's the movie.
this is actually the movie. It did. You know what I'm saying? And it's still ill, but like a little twist to be continued. Like it would have been dope if we would have had spent off for that.
One of the funniest things that I was able to hit him with a beer bottle on the back of the head.
And I don't know, he had some ill intentions.
And it was by luck, because I wasn't even trying to hit him, but I told the ball
like
in that direction. I hit him in the back of the head.
Ain't no
It
goddamn
was
way.
the funniest thing ever, bro. Now, luckily for him, the beer bottle was empty, which he was full.
But that motherfucker was magic on camera, though.
Did you have your dreads at that point?
We didn't.
So hit straight up.
No, this is new. This just came with a hat. It's one of
You know what I'm saying? You take the hat off, the dress come off too.
Is your hair? Seriously?
Yeah, it's my hair.
It's not a weave, one of those weave
it's my
things?
hair.
Wow, that is impressive. Cool.
You didn't think your shit.
His is a wig.
Band at the back. You motherfucker snap at the back and shit. Yeah. The fuck you talking about? Right?
This is the clip-on.
Clip-on ponytail. Shit.
Oh man.
No, Joe Cash and I, we've been friends for a while now. We always have fun.
Tell me about that, because I was asking him on the way here, because that he was saying, I was asking him if when you came around, who came? He was here.
He was doing comedy before me, that's for sure. At least a year or two.
Mm.
All right.
And I met him obviously in the open mics and stuff like that, and we got along pretty good right away. He always told me Mexican jokes, I was telling him black jokes, and we go back and forth, insulted each other.
Yeah.
And
That sounds
been always a lot of fun.
And then we were talking about the comedy vibe too. And then that's when the comedy vibe was like, good, you can come out and and like joke around with each other, and it seemed like a room full of comedians. Mm-hmm. And like right now, you walk off in there, everybody just complaining. I mean, man, let the shoe fit word. I don't really care if y'all mad at me, but yeah, all the complaining, talking about the crowd, when ain't nobody trying to bring nobody to the show, and ain't nobody came to come see them. And then, like I say, you want to come and then fuck the vibe up for me. Like, I came to have a good time, and then I got to come and walk past all these, oh, look at this, and oh, look at that, oh, who you bring? Oh, who came with you? I ain't gonna lie, I bring people to the shows, and then I don't complain, and I'm the one not complaining, and you ain't brought, and how many shows you did in the last 7 shows, who done came to see you? And then you ain't got no room to complain right now. Maybe work on your material. And we here to put on the show for the audience, and the audience ain't here to kiss our ass.
And I feel like one thing too, that I feel like comics need to have a little bit more humility and like post about the show, and
like, it ain't did no advertising.
Like promote themselves, and promote the show. Instead of waiting till the day of the show and be like 5 minutes before they go on say, they'll post it. Okay, come watch me here.
Y'all so likable, y'all comedians and all this so funny. How about just invite one person out with you, and everybody invite one person out. Look, I'm telling you like this: if it's 15 comedians, and then they bring 15 people, that's a police room full of 30. Now that's a good set just by its motherfucking self. And just say everybody could bring 2. That's a lot of motherfucking people. But y'all don't want to bring nobody. But you want to complain, man, leave the complaints and bring the people. What I say?
Or just don't complain.
How about that? And let the people that want to come perform and put on a good show, at least let them have that. Don't fuck up my vibe. I'm here to have a good time.
I feel that.
And then y'all want to look inside my head. I don't care about you looking crazy at me. I came to put on a good show. I came to give it 100s. And I came to do it for the crowd. I'm came to do it for who is here, who is listening. Comedians, the crowd, the bartenders.
Yep.
Shit, whoever here.
Oh yeah.
Tell us a little bit more about yourself, Joe. You said you were from the East Side.
Yeah.
What
family man.
Done, like work-wise, what is it that you?
Okay, yeah, I've been
what kind
at
of jobs have you have?
My what? My jobs.
What kind of jobs?
The job I'm at now, I've been there 19 years, believe it or not. So
in the same job?
Yes.
That's impressive.
Yeah, so I can't be going to jail as much as you goddamn say. You know what I'm saying? I'm just tell you this shit. I got to be at work some shit. But yeah, and family man, I got 3 daughters.
3 daughters, wow.
Yeah. So and then, just trying to chase this little dream, and I'm, as far as like comedian, yeah.
Same baby mama or just?
Nah, you got to switch it up.
You got to switch it up.
Change it up a bit.
You know what I'm saying?
All right.
But yeah, I ain't got more baby mamas than I got kids, cause you know what I'm saying.
How does that work? Okay.
That's
You
crazy.
know what I'm saying? Or
I mean, I want to put your business out there, but you're the one who mentioned a lot of baby mamas. Really? How many are we talking about?
Hey man, this what is this? Goddamn 60 minutes. Y'all did. I seen that shit. Hell no, y'all ain't gonna do me like that. Y'all not gonna do me like
What-
that. Y'all
what was,
gonna, I'm scared of some of my. I ain't gonna even. I'm just specifically scared of one of my baby mamas. If y'all don't know what they fucking feel like, then y'all don't know how to. You can't answer these questions normally. It's always with a
doesn't watch
stutter.
podcasts or nothing like that.
Shit.
Baby, she
The motherfuckers have 6 cents. You talk about your baby mom, them motherfuckers, you probably tuning in right now. Like, motherfucker, I wish she would say some
She's
shit.
hacking the camera.
They're like, I
It's
wish
not
she
even
would.
live.
Well, she probably at the door now. Hey, that door locked. Is the door locked?
I hope so. I think so. Maybe.
Shit.
What was Joe Cash before comedy? What were you up to?
I was doing music, you know what I'm
Music?
saying?
Okay.
Rapping, yeah. And I done got the,
I think he's
You know-
gonna actually go. He's gonna go check if the door's locked.
damn, thank you, brother. I appreciate that.
So you said you were doing music?
Yeah, I'm doing music, rap, you know what I'm saying? I done got to, perform, I got to
What was
get
your rap
booked out
name?
and sent-
Do you have like a different
It
rap
was still,
name?
it was like
Still Joe Cash?
originally it was JT, you know what I'm saying?
JT.
And then but my rap name was Mr. JT, you know what I'm saying? And then that
Some misters on that.
two misters, you know what I'm saying?
Hell yeah.
The big one.
What does JT stand for?
Joe Trouble.
No trouble.
You know what I'm saying?
So you went from Joe Trouble to Joe Cash.
You know what I'm saying?
I like that.
Get money.
Yep. And when
And then I've been Joe Cash for the longest, man. I've been Joe Cash, like that was still even when I was back doing music. So when I even started doing like comedy, which like I say that just ended up happening. You know what I'm saying? So that just ended up happening. Kalo came and he was doing comedy. He wanted me to start doing music, which I got in the studio. I did a song. He was going to do, he was still hitting the stage and shit. I was like, man, try this shit. Went up there. They silently booed me in their head. But the material I had was trash. I came up there and made this little dumbass song up. And it was and that when some shit funny, you don't mean it's funny to everybody. But that shit I thought was gonna kill. And you ever see some shit in your head, be like, this when they gonna laugh right here.
Yeah.
Then I got there, they were looking at me like,
What the hell was that? Yeah.
no, while I'm singing, I'm still up here singing. I was like, looking at me like, I say, oh shit, but it made me want to come back and actually come with some material. But I walked on the stage like I knew I was doing, and I walked off like I actually did something. And guess what? I got that middle part together too. You know what I'm saying?
Nice.
Yes, sir.
No, the only thing I joke around, and the reason I started doing it is because Joe Cash disappears from time to time, from 3 to 6 months and stuff like that, and then he comes back to the comedy scene. And I haven't seen him in a while, so that's the joke that I was playing. So, well, what are you in jail or what the hell? You know what I mean? But he tends to disappear here and there. But now I'm glad.
Well, I'm
he's
back
coming
outside.
again.
You hear what I'm saying? And you know what I'm saying? I'm here to put on some good shows and you know what I'm saying? And help with the vibe of some shows. Cause you get Joe Cash, I want you to get the full Joe Cash experience. You know what I'm talking about?
Oh yeah, I mean, how many black comedians do we have in Lubbock? Because the top of my head is you, of course, Joe Cash, Timothy Williams, Sweat Chuckles, and there's a couple more, isn't it? Or
Rainy, don't forget Rainy.
Oh no,
yeah,
well,
Rainey.
Rainey is in a different level. Tell you.
Hey, nigga. I mean, I call him nigga. Hey, motherfucker.
No. That's why I didn't come as a Lubbock comedian, because to me he's in a different level. But
Yeah,
yes,
I'm international myself, but anyway.
Who else is out there? Do you know? Black comedians from Lubbock.
It's some, but I don't think they just
They
do
don't
stand
come
up.
out- they
I
don't
mean,
come out as
because
much.
to me, I think the stand up part count, and I think like we got a lot
The
of
reason
comedians.
I mention it is because we want to have more diversity. To tell you the truth, I would love for us to have like a black girl doing comedy, but we don't have one.
That didn't sound racist at all.
It's an invitation.
That is sound
It's
what?
an open invitation. We will love to
Nah,
have a
nah.
black
Stir her up
female
there.
The
She doesn't
comedian.
even-
the labor board
We don't
that
have
called y'all ass talking about you need at least one black female at the
least
job. He looking hard now. Be like, if you know a sister,
Yeah, that's exactly what I'm looking at you. Don't you have sisters there? Yeah.
hey, that shit don't sound racist at all. Goddamn.
We're looking for a diversity hire, pretty much.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, they. I'm trying to help you. We look at the camera.
I'm looking
We
at the
looking for a sister.
Yes, we are.
Are you willing to pay? Not
Depends
that
how much he does.
I don't know if he's still talking about a comedian anymore.
Yeah.
What you talking about? Okay, I thought he talking about something else.
No, that's you.
Hey, what you mean that's me?
That's a
I'm
good
trying to help
imagination.
you.
Okay, here we go.
Okay, sister, soul sister, we looking for some diversity. You know what I'm saying? He say, look, and then I think that'll be cool because, man, they need, a black sister so damn bad. Yeah, they gonna pay you. Come and get their money. I don't know why. You'll get good at the jokes. Come to the open mics. You know what I'm saying? Look, we do probably need, some more, black comedians too. Y'all bring y'all ass out because some of y'all funny, and this shit ain't as hard as you think. Like all you gotta do, come, put your name on the list, and call your name, and you start immediately.
Yep.
Nothing to it.
But to do it,
Yes,
There we
sir.
go.
yes sir.
Yeah, if these
But
people,
I don't know no black female comedians, which is sad. But what y'all could do, I don't know if you remember back off in the day, they were having more different diverse shows, and then they were still having like poetry and singing and different other aspects. And maybe y'all start kicking out some more type shit like that.
Yep.
And then maybe y'all can't get a comedian, but y'all can get maybe like somebody that can still diverse y'all shows and mix and match and do it how y'all want, stir that gumbo.
there you go.
How
Yeah.
y'all trying to do it, you know what I'm saying?
Definitely.
So
like for the
we
diversity.
opening up the table for all talent.
Yep.
We don't mind, switching up the comedy shows and giving them something a little different than the same
Actually,
shit.
that would be a good idea. Why don't we? There's like an East. There's a Martin Luther King, and I can't remember the other one. They have the East Lubbock Art something.
Oh yeah,
What's the name of that? Maybe you can remind me.
that one ain't there no more. You talking about the comedy club they have right there? That little
No,
comedy-
it's next to it. It's right next to it.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
next door.
Yeah.
And they do a lot of stuff with art and stuff like that.
Yeah, yeah.
That'll be a good thing if we can organize somehow, like trying to have like people doing comedy over there in the East.
or even maybe like say even like host something like how they got like the art, maybe they do like the wine and art, and we just kind of like can host it and maybe just feature and still kind of do more like art based like events where we get in where we fit in, but you know what I'm saying, it's just putting out good vibes.
I would like for us to reach out to that side of the town, to that community,
Yeah.
in the hopes that we can get more black comedians, males, and of course females. As I said, we need some of them.
Yes, sir. Because it's a lot of comedians. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah.
Oh my God! Like, what are we gonna do with all of these comedians? There's so many comedians. I ain't lying. Where is all these? Like, God damn, they got
No, we
these
always
more
need-
comedians than roaches. I ain't lying. They coming from everywhere, boy.
We need flesh.
I was I'm trying to, man, I was looking like, God damn, that's a lot of us. Like, fuck, like,
Yes.
shit.
You think there's a lot of
There's-
that?
Hell yeah.
Well, there's more than what the venues could handle right now. Because
Yeah,
if
shit.
we're
It's
throwing,
looking this motherfucker overload of comedians. What we gonna do? What
Yeah.
we gonna do?
I think we gotta well, I mean, we just started throwing shows, but what I'm saying is like now that we're throwing shows, I don't want to have like the same comedians every show. You know what I mean? Because that's
And
what some
that's what I'm saying. We
people do.
need
Yeah.
fresh people.
Yeah.
You need new people,
Yeah.
more diversity.
And then we probably need to branch out to the surrounding areas.
And you also
too.
gotta understand, a lot of them might be just starting, and then they're gonna be open micers for a while. And by the time they're ready to actually do a show, it's gonna take time. So therefore, we should be trying to get more new people involved.
Yeah, and if if comedy gets more popular than it even is right now, or just popular in general in Lubbock, you'll get more people coming out of the woodworks trying to sign up and trying to do it too. You know what I mean?
I've always said if you have the
If it catches
audience,
on.
the comedians are gonna come out of
Yeah.
everywhere.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. But
You
we got to
really
set
love
the
to have a
vibe.
good audience.
You got to set that vibe, because
Exactly,
that's what
yeah.
they come for.
Yeah.
They come for, like, to sit and give them a real, something to real feel like a real comedy show.
Exactly. Yep. So that's why I like this venue here now that we're throwing shows, because there's not like people that are there just to drink and get drunk in the background fucking talking over everybody. You know, when we're throwing shows here, when people are here for the night, this is technically a comedy club for that night. You know what I mean?
Yes, sir.
We're not gonna tolerate people fucking, you know, being loud in the back or anything, because nobody's gonna be here for that. You know, everyone that's gonna show up is here for the show, here to have fun and laugh or whatever. So yeah, hopefully we.
Tell me more about that $1 million idea that you had about the app that you can exchange cash with
Food
food
stamps.
stamps and stuff like that.
You know what I'm saying? It's like it pretty much cut the third person out. If you got the stamps, you could turn them into cash, maybe. You know what I'm saying? And
Kind
then
of like a Venmo kind of a transaction.
yeah, it instantly. Okay, so the vendors, right? You got this. Say that you got this flat screen TV you want. Boom, bam, beam, 75-inch. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
You'll put in how many stamps it would cost, and it might be a little more than what the cash value would be, but you know that's how the game go. So you'll just pay that out in food stamps.
There you go.
That makes
I like the
sense.
idea. I like
You know what I'm
the idea.
saying?
Well, I had heard I heard through the grapevine about your idea about this. I'm not gonna tell you how I heard about it, but that's why I had you on the show today, so we could try to pitch that.
And what's the ratio
Get that.
right now? Dollar per food stamp dollar.
It's 2 for 1.
2 for 1 still.
But
Okay.
if you
'Cause that's what I heard
but
back
look,
in the days, but I didn't know if that changed.
But look,
so
I
far.
ain't look. You know what I'm saying? If you get the card before the food stamps hit, they supposed to be 3 for 1. You know what I'm saying? That's how
3
we
for
make it.
1.
That's how we make it.
Because I don't know if you remember before, you used to have kind of like actually like the little piece of paper that says $1, $5, like if it was like a Monopoly money.
Go back
But
further than that.
nowadays they have like a card, like an EBT card or something.
Okay,
Snap
go back
card, whatever.
go back further than that. And the first food stamp card actually was an actual stamp, like it looked like on an envelope, and you used to put them on a book.
Uh-huh.
Now them was the first food stamps, and then they turned to the what looked like a dollar or
Monopoly
yeah,
money.
Monopoly money.
and
And
then-
now we got this EBT card. You know what I'm saying?
Eating better
Well, I
today.
heard that they're gonna do some change. The government trying to do something about this use and abuse of these cards.
Yeah, they
and
said
stuff
they
like that.
sending
This
them
SNAP program
motherfuckers
or
to
something
jail.
like
And Mr. Pay the
They're gonna
food
have some
stamps. I don't know
requirements.
what I'm gonna do. I don't know how y'all gonna pay me after this.
Yeah, well, that's exactly what we're talking about. About that, you got to come up with the app first, and then we're can do the exchange
Yeah.
kind of a thing.
Oh, okay. I see y'all trying to figure it out. Yeah, because I'm already telling you, I get caught with that food stamp card, I'm throwing y'all under the bus. Yeah, we're going together.
I can picture you, Joe Cash, with your baby mama, or a couple of them, just pulling carts full of food and stuff like that in the supermarket.
Like a
With
normal
with
That
person.
don't sound-
with
that
how
sound
many-
Like a normal person.
Like- like everybody else, like-
no,
Like anybody else.
No, no, no.
What else would you be pulling in the store?
Plenty of
I hope you
cars.
guys-
No,
You know
like
what I'm
2 or 3
saying?
cars full of stuff.
I can see you pulling
Okay.
a basket full
Because
of cocaine through the supermarket. How
How
about
many
that?
EBT cars he gets out there in the market? You know what I'm saying?
Ballin'.
Right? Exactly.
Here, swipe that one. Take 120 off for that one. This one right here, we got 130. Take that off, and then let me see. I'm gonna cover the rest in cash.
Consider your car, you should be Joe. Change the name to
Joe Stamp.
Joe Stamps or Food Stamps. Or,
Oh shit.
is that in the works?
Well, I'm gonna tell you the truth. Raphael sounds like a Ninja Turtle, motherfucker. Tell you like that.
EBT Joe. Okay, here we go.
And the goddamn fifth Ninja Turtle, Raphael, with his saxophone, his
little
crowd fighting saxophone.
One from Toys R Us.
Yep, that's the one.
Oh shit.
Damn, man. Good time, man.
Yes, sir. Definitely.
I'm glad y'all, y'all got me up here. You know
Yeah,
what I'm
man.
saying?
We've been meaning to have you. I think. I don't
Yeah, I
know,
invited
office.
you a long time ago, but you couldn't make
Y'all
it.
swap me out so goddamn fast.
Yeah.
Can I tell them how I went? Do you mind?
Go for it.
Okay, they had booked me they booked me to come do the podcast. I'm excited, you know what I'm saying? I told him I'm looking for a ride. We still have about a couple hours. And then, he called me probably like 2 minutes later and said, "Hey man, we done swapped you out. You good, just stay where you at." I was like, "What the
shit.
fuck?" He was like, "Yeah." He'd be like, if we had more time, we would have tried to file you right. I was like, "We still got about 2 hours." I say, "God damn."
You're talking about the last time?
Yeah.
Oh shit. That's
I'm
crazy.
glad y'all picked me up this time.
Yeah.
Goddamn.
Yeah, I hit him up. I was like, you're gonna need a ride? He's like, yeah. I was like, all right, cool, I got you. Yeah.
You put my business out there like that, man. Why you gotta do that?
I was just offering because
What
it's
happened
a
to
long
Joe
drive.
Cashmobile?
Oh, the what?
Your vehicle, your car.
Man, a couple jinky
You
mechanics.
used to have like a super duper. What was the brand of your car?
I had a
was
few
it
cars.
Civic. What?
I got a goddamn Lincoln I got right now.
Oh, you got a link on there.
Yeah. But a couple jinky mechanics. So I gotta try to get somebody that can do some legit work for you boys. So if y'all know somebody that ain't gonna play with my money and my time, y'all let your boy know. And then and it didn't cost me a lot of goddamn time and some goddamn hard-earned money.
What's the problem? The transmission, the engine?
Yeah, I got the transmission redone, that in the rear end, and that's the second rear end I done put on that motherfucker, man. But I got like some 26s on that bitch, and then
That I knew.
yeah, then that motherfucker fucked up the second time my goddamn rear end went out. It had fucked up my transmission with that motherfucker snatched loose, and the housing all fucked up on that motherfucker. But yeah, I got the whole fixed, but he didn't put that bitch back together like Humpty Dumpty. You know what I'm talking about? So I gotta pay somebody to go behind him
Real fix.
and give me the okay. Cause as soon as I got the whole back, it was already leaking and shit. You know what I'm saying? But
Terrible.
it ain't nothing but a minor setback for a major comeback. I just wait my turn. You know what I'm saying? So whenever that is, it is.
Oh yeah. Fuck yeah.
And other than that shit, I'm find a way. Make a way to find a way.
Yeah.
Find a way to make a way.
I like that.
So let's see. Let's go back a little bit because I was asking about what you were doing like before comedy. You said music, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then what was it like growing up here in Lubbock for you? Like fucking like in high school or whatever.
Lubbock is it's a town. It's just somewhat of a city. I give it, but it's like where the next man. There's some shit you could do, and the motherfucker know about it before you even make it home. It's still that goddamn small. It's still that goddamn small. So but even with but I'm gonna say with the comedy scene, it gives you something to do, but it's like almost a secret. Like if we can get people to start coming out, people gonna want to start coming out. But that's why I said we got to start, kind of changing the vibe of some of the shows where people can pick what flavor they want. You see what I'm saying? And then everything ain't the same thing. It's like, the way they do this one over here is a little different than the way they do it over there.
Well, there was one time that they opened a place called Fellows or something like that.
Yeah.
And we did comedy there. I remember Sweat Chocos invited me there. You probably performed there a couple of times.
Mm-hmm.
And that was a nice spot. But
Yeah.
it closed. It didn't last long.
Yeah, that guy got.
They had good food. They had barbecue on the outside.
Yeah, that guy, he actually
They
got.
got drinks and stuff like that. They got all kinds of goodies, you know what I mean?
It was a
And-
good
and
spot while it lasted.
I don't know if they got raided or what, but you know what I'm saying? So
You joking, but that dude actually went to jail. But we'll leave it there.
yep. But it was a good spot for what it lasted, and it was a full house all the time. It was plenty of audience and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I feel like we got something cooking up. Something's gonna happen sometime soon. I hope so. And then
Yeah, and I suggest y'all come out to the show on the 27th because I'm finna put on a hell of a show.
hell yeah.
You get to see some real hood comedy, real like, and you get to come back and see what I call these ratchet jokes, and it ain't trashy jokes. My shit is well thought out and well put together, and it's a real set, not just I wrote down all the jokes I had and I just lined up. Okay, I'll take this joke, I'll tell that joke, and I'll tell that joke. I stirred this motherfucker up together nice for y'all. Now, yeah, and then he was like, it's still a month, man. I'm already working on my timing. I already got my list, and anything, it had to be something that I add to my show. Have to happen spectacular in between time for me to have to change this set, because this motherfucker's nice.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
All right.
I like that.
And I get what you're saying too, because like sometimes people could, or like, I mean, for me personally, I noticed that if I put together a set and all the jokes are like, everything's kind of individual, but then I kind of caught on to like trying to make it all flow in an order where it makes sense, or where each joke kind of segues into the next one, like where it flows into it, rather than just like jumping off different topics and shit like that.
And Ralph, I remember the backstage, we was actually putting together sets. Stephen Feldman, J.J. House,
John Lewis Smith.
Yeah, what's his name? Caleb. Yeah.
Aaron Durbin.
Yeah, putting together actual sets, and then we got new stuff we work on. That's what the open mics are for. But don't forget, like, what we actually doing here, and the people that are working on your craft and trying to be a comedian. Shit, you got to put the time into it too, and actually say, shit, this motherfucker should be able to stand up next to anybody goddamn set. And like me, I'm finna make it hard for the next motherfucker to come on after me.
I like your style because you interact a lot with the audience. And it's something I don't do, but you do very, very well. And I like that when you start talking to them and they follow your instructions.
The most animated and the most electrifying. Yes.
Definitely.
I don't know nobody that's as animated as me.
No, you do have a different style, complete different style compared to anyone around here.
Yeah.
A little dark in his comedy, but he's black, so he's got
Hey, my shit ain't dark. My shit is just hood. It's just ratchet.
That's
a
what I
nice
meant.
ratchet.
That's what I
Polite
meant.
ratchet.
You know what? Because like you were talking about, like making sure the open mics have a good turnouts too. But I think let me say this. I think one thing that we gotta like make sure we put emphasis on to the audience or to the city is that open mics and shows are two different things. You know what I mean? I don't want we don't want someone to come out to an open mic and get the and have the impression that that's what love and comedy is. We got to make sure people understand that open mics are open mics. That's where people go to work out, or you could just have a crazy drunk motherfucker that thinks they're funny sign up. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Which could kind of like give someone the impression that this is what it is, but that's not the case. You know what I mean? So I think there does have to be more emphasis on what's an open mic and what's a real comedy show.
And then the same thing with the comedians too. Y'all make sure y'all sit different than them open mics, and y'all put a little more thought into them, and y'all actually, and then for real. And then so we actually, when you got a show, it's different from every other time.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Because that's what the open mics are for. That's to go. It's like practice. Go and work out and practice.
Yeah.
And see what works, see what doesn't. And and I kind of don't believe in the whole like this is just my take. Like because I've seen you at the open mics before, but there's a lot of comedians that I hear about, but I've never seen them at the open mics. And you know what I mean? This is just my opinion or my philosophy or whatever. Like, if you ain't living off of comedy, if comedy isn't paying your bills, then you should be at an open mic every week. You know what I mean? Or at least a couple of times a month, because nobody's that good to where they don't have to do open mics if comedy isn't paying your bills. Nobody's that good and if you think you are, then fucking show it, or I don't know. But good, what's the good thing about opinions is nobody has to fucking agree or give a fuck about them. Yeah, that's just my opinion.
Yeah, but you ain't wrong if you got, and it's about the passion, and it's all about what you in it for, and then that's why I said the people that is trying to work on the craft, and then some people, you know, and if you are just out to have fun and want to get up there, we support that too.
Yep.
We still gonna laugh along with you.
Yep.
But the people that is, you know what I'm saying, because I'm trying to take this as far as I can take this. I'm getting this set together so I can take this shit out the city. You know what I'm saying?
Well, that's usually how it starts. I mean, a lot of people like comedy. A lot of people like to laugh. But then a little by little, you get the tickle, and you might want to try it. You think you might have it, and people would like to try it. And then once you try it, you freaking love it. And it's very addictive, by the way. Before you know, you follow that dragon, you know, the big high that you feel when you knocked it out of the park, where you got the audience, you know, at the edge of the seats and stuff like that.
And see this,
and you want to do it again and again.
And see, that's what I'm chasing right now. I'm chasing that nervous feeling where you like when you really want to do a show, like you've been looking forward to doing a show, and then you want to and then you just want everything to go right. That feeling right there, then showtime, and then when it starts rolling, it starts seeming like natural. Like like you supposed to be out there, and then but people probably didn't see as much preparation you put in for the show. Because even though it be 10, 15 minutes, it just seemed like, oh, this 10, 15 minutes. Man, when I practice this goddamn set, if this set is 10 minutes and I practice it 3 times, at least it took me 30 fucking minutes. I ain't fucking lying. And I'm sitting there working all the time and I'm looking like, God damn, it's like, 10 minutes to you might be 2-3 days of just actually working on timing and getting this stuff together, and then the worst thing, we gonna still get out there and forget a joke.
But you see, time works different because I have the opposite experience also when you practice your set and you think you have let's say 5-10 minutes or whatever that bit is, and then you're doing it in front of people, and you know how it is. The people usually give you the timing sometimes.
Yeah, you got to go
because you gotta wait until they stop laughing for you to hit them again. And now the 10 minutes that you thought you had, now is 12, 13, or what, you know what I mean? It's more time.
Yeah.
Because the audience is taking more time laughing.
Yeah. And you got to give it them pauses. You got to let them have them.
Which is not a bad issue to have. That's all I'm saying.
It's a good problem.
Sometimes the time has to be a little flexible. You got to be a little flexible with it.
Yeah. So what you got, Rafa? What's up with you? What you been up to, man?
Well, I got a couple of shows coming up. The JP Lopez is one of them. Also, I gotta go to do the PP podcast tomorrow.
Okay.
Shout out to PP.
Are you promoting the podcast when you go out to these shows? When you do your shows and go on other podcasts?
When I remember to you,
When you remember, you forget.
Sometimes I'm concentrated in my comedy that I forget that I have a podcast at all.
Yeah. That's cool.
You get nervous, I guess.
Oh yeah. Shout out to the Cash House. Who house? Cash House.
Cash House. Do you have a podcast, or you used to have a podcast, or?
I had one I was gonna start up. He was actually gonna be on the first episode, which is gonna be rough, but the quality wasn't there. But next time I run it back, you know what I'm saying, it had to be, you know what I'm saying,
so you used to have
on a
one.
Nicer scale. And I almost started one. I got to
you were working on it. Okay, I got you.
I thought I was.
Okay.
Yeah, I thought I was gonna have a podcast. That's what happened. But you know what I'm saying?
It happened to me before when with Roy. The first time I did his podcast, he had a technical issue and nothing got recorded.
Oh, there was no audio.
That
to
was
it. Just
years.
video?
That was years ago.
I remember you told me.
So
about
I
that,
can see the technical difficulties and believe me, I'm terrible with technology, so I can understand having issues.
And then you know where we came from and where we at. We trying to do it on a different scale now. So the what we put out is sometimes important. We can put out little videos here and there, but when you got something like that, you want it to look right. See, they gotta looking nice off up in here. You know what I'm saying?
Thank you. We have a great studio. Shout out to Daniel
Got me
Mauricio
feeling.
and his wife Karen.
Yep, BPM Studios. Give them a follow
Studios.
on Facebook, Instagram,
Definitely.
whatever.
Great studio.
Book you some time. They gonna have you out there looking like $1 million star. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah.
Got me feeling like I'm in a goddamn telemarketing right now. Do you need it? Do you have life insurance? Do your kids?
Do you want to turn your EBT money into cash?
I can save you 15%, 15 minutes. I swear to God.
You got anything else coming up, going on? Just our show?
Yeah, and then I really been shaking some hands and meeting some people lately, but I ain't gonna let too much out the bag until like time comes, so it don't just sound like I'm just making shit up. But and then we getting back into the comedy skit game too. So
Nice.
and it's a team of us, and they all different kind of races and shit.
Hell yeah.
So it's gonna end up being dope.
Fuck yeah.
I saw one where they had like Russell tied up and Morgan tied up and stuff
that was
like
funny.
that.
Yeah.
That was hysterical, right? I really like that.
Yeah, but we gonna.
I wish I would have seen more violence though. You know, like a little bit of blood, a little smacking around and stuff like that. You know what I mean?
Did you pull off Russell's prosthetic leg at one point?
Yeah, I did. Yeah.
That I could tell that wasn't even planned, huh? You were improvising right
You
there.
got to go with it. I had to ask him for a hand, but that's all he had. You know what I'm saying?
You do the sound when you pull it out.
Yeah.
That's cool, man.
I'm pulling. Let me stop. Russell, you know you my dog. I'm gonna give you your leg back when I see you. I swear to God, I'm gonna give his leg back to him. I'm just having fun with the motherfucker right now. I'm gonna get the motherfucker back to you.
That's
You know
cool.
what I'm
Yeah, I haven't seen Russell out. I think that explains why.
That's why he ain't been out.
That's crazy. He was like, yeah. I talked to him over the phone. He's like, yeah, the brother fucking took my leg, man. I was like, how you letting Joe Cash take your leg? He said he was gonna modify it and it'll pimp my ride. That shit.
I'm gonna pimp his leg.
That would be amazing.
Yeah, man. But yeah, we're getting close to wrapping it up. But any last takes you want to put out there?
Yeah, man. Shoot, I had fun and time done flew. I just seem like I've been up here kicking it.
Yeah.
Shout out to our tech man back here.
Yeah,
Got it sounding all crispy on the microphones. Shout out to Rod5 for having me, Angel for having me. I so appreciate it. And you know what I'm saying? I'm free to be booked if y'all want me to, you know what I'm saying, if you need me.
Where they can find you on Facebook or, put out your...
You know what I'm saying? Just find me on Facebook. Just inbox me. That'd be the best thing to do. All them other social sites I don't got. And you can't follow me in real life because that'll be bad for your health. You know
It's
what
going
I'm
to be
saying?
on the Joe Cash Facebook or...
Yeah,
what?
Joe Cash, you know what I'm saying? And
Oh,
y'all see this pretty mud.
Hell yeah.
Excellent.
Rafa, you got anything? You good?
No, that's it. Just thank you for tuning in to our Taco Sandwich
And then-
podcast, and see you guys next time.
Yeah, and then we got our show. Don't forget, we got a show on Friday, June 27th. Joe Cash will be there. We got Chrissy Covington, Jacob Rapstein. Who else we got? Fuck, I can't remember. Off the top of the head, I can't remember. Right now.
You cut me off
Yeah,
guard.
When I wouldn't have never made it this far if it wasn't for the. I wouldn't have made it this far if it wasn't for the people that was loyal to me. So shout out to everybody that's still loyal to me, and you got my loyalty.
Hell yeah. There it is. Peace.
Good night.
Hell yeah. That was good shit right there.
Taco Sandwich!